Welcome everyone to our weekly Forex market analysis. And this is for the week of July 31st to August 4, 2017. And just a quick disclaimer before we get started. This is for education purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your account and don't put the money in that you cannot afford to lose. And if you have questions about your individual investment needs, I recommend you talk to your investment advisor. All right, so we will start off by taking a look at our Forex Factory calendar here to see what's going on. So this was this week, and we need next week. Okay, so we have Australia. We had a whole bunch of reserve banks, reserve bank. We had a bunch of central banks. So central bank is the main theme right now, as I've been saying for the last little bit. So this week we have two central banks, One is Reserve Bank of Australia and Bank of England. So central banks will be again front and center this week. So let's start from the top. Monday, not a whole lot. We do have manufacturing PMI and non-manufacturing PMI from China. So these will be important for Australia as well, Australia and New Zealand dollar, just because both of those countries do a lot of business with China there. On Monday, we have no red news, so not a lot to worry about, just the net lending to individuals here, core CPI numbers and CPI numbers from Euro. Okay, and then we have again China kicks in manufacturing PMI. Again, this will be important for Australia and New Zealand. So Tuesday is where the main thing starts here. This is the RBA rate statement, so which is the Reserve Bank of Australia interest rate statement. So right now the market is expecting them to keep the rate the same. However, last time they were bullish, they were hawkish. So a lot of central banks have turned hawkish right now following Fed. Everybody is sort of either talking about doing interest rates. Bank of Canada has already done an interest rate hike. So this will be very important for RBA. So how do we trade this? If they push the rates up, or if their tone is hawkish, so they're not expected to hike the rates, but if they do, that will be very, very bullish for Aussie. Or if they're hawkish. So basically what they may say is that the economy is doing really well, the data is coming out in line with expectations, the inflation is on target. All of those are kind of keywords to say that economy is doing well, and the central bank may be looking at raising rates at some point, which will then be hawkish, considered a hawkish statement, which in turn will be bullish for Australia. So we'll keep that in mind. And then we have PMI numbers are always important. So for British pound here and the US, so we have both of those. Employment numbers out of New Zealand, so those will be important as well. And then going into Wednesday here, more PMI numbers. We have ADP non-farm employment change. Again, that is usually important. Australia trade balance numbers. So trade balance number comes in after the RBA statement. So if the numbers, so let's say RBA is hawkish and trade balance numbers come in positive, that will give Australian dollar a further push. So keep that in mind. Another central bank here is Bank of England, and here we have MPC official bank votes. This is what has created or had created positive sentiment for British pound last time these numbers came out. So before, it used to be one person who would generally vote to raise rates, and then the rest of them would not. They would not vote. They would say no to an interest rate hike. What we have seen here is now three MPC members are saying that they should raise rates, and that's expected to stay the same. If this number changes to 4, so 4 of them wanting to raise rates, that now again, that will be very important for British pound, which will be bullish for British pound. So we'll keep that in mind. Interest rate is not expected to change this time. However, what we need to pay attention to is what they say in their monetary policy summary. So if, again, just like Australia, if they say that the economy is on track and they do not express any concerns about Brexit, and they think inflation has actually been coming in pretty positively for UK, for British pound. However, last reading wasn't as good as the market had expected. So now, if that changes things, that's the only thing that will make a difference here. Otherwise, if they're hawkish like they have been, this will be positive. This could be positive for the British pound. So we'll keep that in mind. And we have Bank of England Governor Carney speaking. Of course, his speech will be very, very important, which usually comes right after the monetary policy summary. So that is the most important event. And then and then we have RBA monetary policy statement for Australia. Again, so 2 central banks on Thursday here. So it will be a very important day. And then going into Friday, we have non-farm employment change. Again, this is usually a big market mover. So we'll have to keep that in mind. So the later part of the week here can be quite volatile. So let's keep that in mind. We have employment numbers for both Canada and the US, and it's usually the US that has a bigger impact. All right, so that's it for the fundamentals. The main theme again is central banks. Let's move on to the charts here. We'll start off with Euro US dollar here. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. So last time we had talked about Euro being bullish, and we have seen a move up now. So the close of the week is bullish again. Our next target here is a 1.1880-ish level here to the upside, but we may see a pullback. The pullback could be approximately into this 1650 level, or even into 1680-ish level. So those will be 2 levels to keep in mind in terms of the pullback. So right now it went right into 1780, but we are looking at further bullishness here into 1880 is our target for Euro. So we are bullish on Euro. Those are our support and resistance lines, and here we are. It struggled with this 1680 level for a while, and then now it has broken above and it has closed above. So we may see a pullback into the 1680 level right into the bottom here, and then we may see a further move to the upside. So this is what we're looking for. So there's a comment that we have seen a lot of politics have been a big driver for the market. It has been big drivers. So politics and now central banks, 2 things have been driving the prices lately. So here, this is what we're looking for, a pullback like this and further move to the upside. And of course, our target that we looked at was 1880 to the upside here. Okay, so let's move on. So that's Euro. We are bullish. Pound, this is where we are. Pound is, let's go back to the weekly first, and I'm going to move a bunch of support resistance. Let's remove a few of these. We'll move them up. So we are bullish here as well. Again, central bank could change things. Always keep that in mind. Bank of England, if they are bullish, we're likely to see the price move up higher. And if they are if they're hawkish, we're expecting the price to move up. If they're dovish, which means they are negative, then we're likely to see price come back into this range again. Right now, it is sitting at the top of the range. It looks like it wants to move up higher. So we have a bit of a triangle here like this. And generally what happens is this is a type of move we tend to see when we have an ascending triangle like we are seeing here. So this is again bullish, but with central bank, that is always a wild card. So we'll be open. So the next target here is 134.40 level, or even 50. So if we go to these ones here, that's almost, so let's say the 50 level for now. It could go slightly higher into 13500 all the way up here. For now, we will put it at 134.50 will be the next target to the upside. And like I had mentioned before, the move that we are looking for is a bit of a pullback into 130.50 and then a further move to the upside, target being 134.50. Looking at the daily chart here, this is where we are. Price had trouble with this, pulled back, and then it did another pullback, double top, and now it has pushed through this level. So now it's holding above this level, which means it has broken out, and we are looking for further move to the upside. This again, we may see either one of these, which will be a deeper pullback, or we may just see a shallower pullback into 13100 and then a further move to the upside. So two pullback levels, 130.50 or 13100, and then a further move to the upside, which is, and then the target is 134.50. So there's a lot of room to the upside for the pound here. Aussie dollar. Let's take a look. So Aussie has broken above this big level that it hadn't broken above since 2015. So that's a big level. So in terms of question is, how do you know which of the pullbacks to use? I just use, in this case, I'm just using support and resistance levels. You can use Fibonacci levels for pullbacks, which I also keep in mind. But the simplest way to look for pullbacks is just the support and resistance. So in this case, for example, so let me show you what I mean. So these are the support and resistance levels I'm looking for. I look for a couple of different levels of pullback, first pullback, second pullback, that type of thing, because we cannot predict exactly where the pullbacks will be. However, based on support and resistance is generally where I look for pullback. So in this case, I'll be looking for, so this looks bullish, but bullish to neutral here because there's a big pin, just like this one. See how we had a big pin on top last time as well? So this is bullish to neutral. This is bullish to neutral as well. So the bullish theme is still there. So now in terms of pullback, I would look for a pullback into this support and resistance area, which is 79.40-ish level, and then a further move to the upside, or we may just stay where we are, see where the candle closed, and it could go up higher. Yeah, so in terms of the pullback, if it does break the support, so let's say it breaks this support, then I'm looking for next this support level, and I would look for reaction at this level. So that's what I would, so generally I form a bias ahead of time. The bias is not something that we are stuck with, but that just kind of gives us market direction. So at least we have some idea of which direction we are looking to go. And from there on, market is dynamic, so we have to gauge what the price is doing. So with the Aussie here, yes, the price does look like it's slowing down, whereas in euro and pound, it has been very bullish. But with this one, just the way the price action is, it does look bullish to neutral. So it's not as strong as those other pairs. So this is, so again, bullish to neutral. So looking at the daily, so this is where we are. We had a big pin bar here, which is bearish. And in this case, because of the pin bar, I would be looking for a pullback generally into this level here. Into first pullback level will be where the pin bar kind of ends, and the second one will be back up here. So it came almost close to this one. And now this is a critical point here. Now, there are two options here because it is bullish to neutral, which means the price can go either way. So if the price holds above this level, 79.40 level, we could see price come back here, do another pullback, basically a double bottom here and push up higher. In that case, we are looking for a break above the high here and then another pullback and further move to the upside. Now, the other scenario is if price is right here, price may go do another test high and then break through the support level and move back. First target over here, 880 level. So this one, it's yet to be seen. First, of course, we're looking for a bullish move. So we would keep an eye on the bullish move with target being 8160-ish level. If, however, it maintains below this, it doesn't break the high, then we're looking for a further move to the downside. This is another pair where central bank will play a big role. If they're hawkish, this is likely to go up higher. If they're dovish, this will come down. So it's simple as that. Central banks are very, very important for a currency, and they can drive the market. So this pair can be volatile this week, so keep that in mind. New Zealand dollar here, we have seen a break in this one. So it's broken above this level here, and it has broken above the previous high, which was right into here. And now we are bullish on this. So the next level is in here. So 7680-ish level is the next target for this one here. In terms of the pullback, we are looking for, we could get a pullback into 7380 or even into this one right here, 7480 level. That's what I would look for. So looking for a bit of a pullback like this, 7480, and then looking for another move to the upside. So here we are. First target 7680, and second target will be the highs here, which is 7750 level. So those are the two targets, but we are bullish here. Here we are. Price pulled back. See how it stayed right above this previous level. So this is what I mean by pullbacks. So basically, I'm looking for price to push up and see how it came down, tested the previous support, and stayed above, closed above now. So this looks bullish and looking for further move to the upside here. Dollar CAD has been very bearish for last few weeks. So this is where the central bank, first they talked about doing an interest rate hike, and then they actually did an interest rate hike. And as a result of that, the talk about the interest rate hike actually created positive sentiment for dollar CAD. And when they actually followed through with what they said, that gave it further momentum to keep on going. So in this case, we are dovish on this one. We are bearish on this one. So we are looking for a further move to the downside here, the next target being 12200. And in this case, the move we are looking for, again, I always look for pullback because prices don't usually just drop. They pull back first slightly and then they drop further. So this is the type of move we are looking for, pull back into 1.2500 and then further move into 2200 to the downside here. Here we are in terms of our pullback. See how price came there, pull back up. So this was this would actually be a bullish daily close, and it did not play out. So things don't always work out the way we expect, but this is the move we are looking for next. So we're looking for a pullback into 2500 level here, and then a further move to the downside. Once we break this low at 124.20-ish level, that's when we can look for a breakout trade. So price may do one of these, and a break below 1.2420 would give way to the further move to the downside. The target in this case, as we talked about, is 1.2200. Okay, so that's what we have for dollar CAD. Let's take a look at a few other pairs. Euro Swiss is very, very strong, and now we are into filling this efficiency here, this big drop here. We are back into filling that, and we need to go back a little bit further here to look for some levels. So the next target, so this is very bullish, big break above here, and the next target we are looking for is 1.1570 level. So the pullback level could be this one here, and then another move to the upside. So 1.1180 could be the pullback level, which is quite a deep pullback. But in this case, let's see, we may see, that's where we are currently. We could see a pullback into 1.1300, so shallow pullback, and then further move to the upside. I will mark both of these level, 1.1300 and 1.1180, or even potentially this one right here. So 1.1200 as a pullback level. So those will be the two levels we'll keep in mind. Target here is 1.1560, so looks very bullish. So here we are. This is one of the pullback levels and looking for a further move to the upside, but this is very, very prices expanding, and we do have the big inefficiency here that could get filled. So that's bullish. Euro yen here, Euro yen has been struggling. However, we are forming a bit of an ascending triangle here as well. What this means is basically price will tend to coil like this and then generally break up higher, which is, it's not a given that it will break up higher, but generally it breaks up higher when it's an ascending triangle. So this looks like it may do that. So in this case, the best way to trade this is wait for price to break up higher here, pull back, and then this is where it's time to take a long, not here expecting a break, because it could just come and it could just do one of these and drop, right? So this is a preemptive. It just gives us an idea that price may, because it's a ascending triangle, it just gives us an idea that price may break up higher, but it is not written in stone that it will. So this is a normal price move, is to move up higher. So in this case, the next target that we are looking at, see how it is pushing into this level. So the next price move would take us into 132.30 level, and that will be the target here. In terms of the pullback, this one we are looking for more of a breakout trade. So here I will look for price to break above this 130.50 level, pull back into it, and then stay above this level, and then we can look for a bullish move to the upside. But it does looks like it is at that critical level where it can break up higher. Pound Swiss here, looking at our weekly, we can see that price is very bullish, so big bullish week for pound Swiss here. Swiss franc has kind of taken a hit here. Next target is 1.2900 to the upside here. And in terms of the pullback level, we can look for that and get rid of these two levels here. So that's what we are seeing. Price broke above this previous range that it was trading in, and now we're looking for a pullback into 126.50, and then we're looking for further move to the upside in pound Swiss. Pound yen here. Pound yen, it does not look, it's very very neutral right now. And because this neutral candle comes after a bearish pin bar, this gives it more of a bias to the downside. So here the move that we may see is we could see another pull back into that level and then a drop. So actually, let's go back to the weekly here. So the weekly, as we can see, is also very neutral. The body of the candle is the same size as the pin here, which gives it a neutral stance from a weekly perspective as well. From the daily perspective, this looks very neutral. And then we need to see a break of a 14500. If this 14500 breaks down, we're looking for next target here. 14400 will be the next target. But I'm sorry, 144.00 will be the next target here. But if it holds above, if it comes and tests this, so let me just draw this out, two different scenarios. If it comes and holds above this level, then we're likely to see it go all the way to the top, and we may even see it trade as a range. But if it breaks below this level, then we're looking for this move and price to come and test this 144.00 level here. So this one is very neutral. And of course, whatever happens with Bank of England will put this into the same market, direction as well. So if Bank of England comes in hawkish, this is likely to go up. So that's why we have to be open to trading both sides here. Dollar, Swiss franc. We are right into this level. This is bullish to neutral here. We do have a big bullish candle, but also a big pin on the upside here. So this is bullish to neutral. In terms of our levels, we could look for a further move to the upside, but we need to see a break and a hold above these pins. So what we need to see is price break above. So here, from a weekly perspective, though, this is actually very bullish. So it has closed above this previous high. So now we need to see, but it hasn't closed above these pins. So we need to see it close above those pins. The next target here would be 97.70 level, which is the next target level here. So in this case, we could see a pullback into 96.50 and then a further move to the outside, to the upside here, like this, and then a further move up. So that's what we have to watch out for. Second pullback level would be this one here, 96.20 level. So it could pull back a little bit deeper and then push up higher. So based on the weekly here, this looks bullish. The daily here is bullish to neutral, but because the weekly is so bullish, we're looking for further move to the upside into 97.70 level. Dollar yen, very bearish. It is into the bottom of this range here, has not managed to close below this. So it is bearish on the daily, bearish pin bar on the weekly. So we're looking for another move to the downside. And the next target is 109.20 here. So in this case, we may see a pullback into right here. So 1100 and then a further move to the downside. So we have lots of room left here. So 109.20 is the target to the downside. Euro pound here, based on the weekly, this is quite bullish. A pullback may come into 88.70 level. And it's holding above this level here, which makes it bullish. So even though the close is very neutral, we have a bearish candle, but then big pin bar in the bottom, which makes it bullish. So even though the candle body is red, it is still bullish because it's closed above, it stayed above this level. The next target would be 90.20, so 0.9020, and next target would be 91.50 level here. So that's what we're looking for. We may see another pullback into 88.70 and then 90.20 first target, 91.50 the second target, but it looks bullish. So see how it's holding above this level. So that makes it bullish, but it could pull back into 88.70. So keep that in mind. This is not the best level to trade from. I would wait for a pullback and then see if it stays up higher. This one here, again, looks bullish, big pin bar in the bottom. Even though it's a red candle, it is a bullish formation because prices could move up higher. So Euro, Aussie, Euro has been strong. Australian dollar has been strong as well. And this one may not be the best one to trade here. It could pull back again into 146.30-ish level. The next target would be 149.20 to the upside here. So not a clear pattern to trade from. The yen crosses aren't the very best this week. So here we are holding above our previous level here. It has been trading in a range. It's still in a range. So we'll again trade this like a range bound market, looking for a potential buy if it holds. So right now it's holding above 88.30 level. It may come back and test it again. But right now it's a range bound between 89.80 to the upside and 88.30 to the downside. So we need to see a break out of this level for us to see take any kind of trade in this one. So right now we're just looking for potential sell at 89.80 and buy at 88.30. All right, so that's it. Any questions or anything you guys would like to add? All right, so if anybody needs to reach me, you can reach me at raman@tradingwithvenus.com. So my email address, let me just create a new here. So my email address is raman@tradingwithvenus.com, and my website is at www.tradingwithvenus.com. And if you guys, we do this on an everyday, on a daily basis, and that's done through our trade room. So if you want to, if you're interested in joining that, just go check it out at tradingwithvenus.com. Look on the Work With Me page and you'll get more information on that. All right, perfect, you guys. That's it for today. If you, yeah, so hope you guys have a wonderful trading week, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye for now.